Okay, so Thaddeus, welcome. So you're watching SRTV. My name is Pepe and this is Thaddeus. So some of you might know him as the assistant lead trainer at MMI, Millionaire Mind Intensive. So if you don't know, this is why we have this video today. So today's video will be about Thaddeus' MMI story. So Thaddeus, welcome to the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Pepe.
Thank you for your time to be here.
Yes.
So today, I will know you as the assistant lead trainer. So is this like full time, or and if you are, how long have you been doing this?
So all the trainers here aren't necessarily in a full time
Not
role
necessary.
with Success Resources, right? We all run our own different, either it could be training and coaching businesses or passive income vehicles or all sorts of things that everyone's getting up to. But the thing that brings everyone together is we're connected with the same mission, right? Which is to bring this work to help people around the world gain financial success, to gain personal success in their lives, and to create wealth. And when I talk about wealth, it's wealth in a complete sense of the word, right? There's the money, there's the great relationships, love, good health, great body, personal, whether it could be spiritual or personal growth. So when we talk about wealth, it's a holistic, integral aspect of wealth.
So it's kind of like a lifestyle, to achieve.
Yeah, lifestyle and life.
Right, it's all about life,
yeah.
What you want to achieve in life. Okay, so today is going to focus more on Millionaire Mind Intensive. So we're here at the Millionaire Mind Intensive actually. So I'm curious, how did you started being a trainer? Like, I'm sure you're like everyone else who started as a MMI student. So when was it? When did you first attend MMI?
Sure, I attended MMI in Singapore. That was in 2011.
2011.
And then from there I signed up for the Quantum Leap program that then took me through to 2012. And it was in 2015 that I first became an assistant trainer in training, and then a year after that into the assistant trainer role.
Okay. What were you doing before you attended MMI?
So at that time, at that point in time when I attended MMI in 2011, I was running my own training and coaching practice at that point, right? So I was doing a mix of training, coaching, and keynote speaking as well. So when I attended MMI, the reason why I attended MMI was out of curiosity, right? There was this big event that's going on, people are talking about it. I'm seeing, various people around my different circles who have attended and gone on to, create results in their life. Whether I see them, a few years later on and they're energetic, or they've quit their jobs and started their own business, but there's been some kind of success. And I thought, okay, what's this MMI thing all about? I also want to attend. So when it came around in 2011, I said, okay, great. I'm going to be there for 3 days.
And looking back that time, how did you feel about, what was the biggest takeaway for you? How was that feeling like?
I think for me, at the start of the MMI, the trainer talks about coming and being open. Right? And there's a flip chart that says, I know that. And when you know that, then, it's hard for new things to get in. And I will admit that when I went in there, I was going in there with the,
I know already lah.
What are they going to teach me? I know a lot of things already. I'm kind of quite successful. I've been through life a little bit. What can this person teach me? But the moment I was able to put that kind of mindset aside, then a whole new world opened up for me.
Wow.
And then I realized, actually, there's a lot of things that I don't know, and there's a lot of things that I need to know. Right? And at that time, I came into MMI knowing that I was not going to buy anything. Okay, I was not going to sign up for any courses. This would be enough for me. And I was the first one to the back to register for Quantum Leap.
Wow. Saying like, no, I'm not going to buy anything.
Right, so I'm not going to buy anything.
I'm the first one.
And that was the first one there, right? Because I realized there's a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know, and I needed to know. And it would take courage and humility for me to begin the learning process.
Right, for myself, right, to relearn. So that was what started it all for me. That was the biggest takeaway for me, in so far as the changing that I know that to what else do I need to know.
So the biggest takeaway is just to be open and have courage and humility to learn more.
Absolutely, yeah. And related to that is all the mindsets, and that's what MMI is, right? It's the inner psychology of wealth. Right? It's not about what kind of investment vehicles or what kind of business structures. Yes, there's that part which is what we can do to make money. But that stuff we've heard before, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff out there, and at that time I wasn't making money from these. So there must have been something going on here. And the moment I started working on here, then these became clearer, it became easier.
These meaning like
All the different strategies, the different tools, what you choose. I think I speak for a lot of people where sometimes you get so many opportunities. Oh, there's this, try this one, invest in this thing here, and this one can get money, this one can form a team here. And it's kind of like, so many things, can I have them all? Can I do them all? But once I was able to get clear about what my own mission was and why I was doing what I was doing, it became a lot easier to kind of go, this one? No thank you. And I'm not losing out if I didn't take this one. This one, also not for me. But this one, yes. So having the clarity of knowing what to say yes to and what to say no to, very, very powerful.
Okay, just being open mind, just really like knowing what you want, make a lot of things easier.
Yeah, I say clarity is power, right?
Clarity is power. That's from Tony Robbins.
Okay.
Okay, so your biggest takeaway will be learning to be open. And you're staying curious, you will learn something that you don't know.
Yeah, be a student again, right? I mean, here I am as a trainer and as a coach, and my principle is that you cannot be in a business of self-development if you're not developing yourself.
True to that.
Right? So another way of putting it is, to be the best teacher I can be, I need to first be the best student that I can be. And in fact, they go hand in hand together. Right? The moment my learning stops, then my ability to help other people learn will stop as well.
And what is the thing that you don't know when you walk into MMI? It's like, this is I don't know.
I think it was what MMI kicked off. So that thing that I thought I knew, as an example, was I was sitting, because at the time I was doing a lot of corporate training work already. So I was already a trainer when I came in. And when I sat in on Train the Trainer and the introduction to Train the Trainer came, I kind of sat and go like, actually I don't train a trainer. I'm doing pretty well here as a corporate trainer. What else can I learn? But the moment I allowed myself to say, hey, let's go for Quantum Leap and do the whole hog, when I went for Train the Trainer, I realized, oh my gosh, that's not stuff that I didn't know. I might have been a big fish in a very small pond, and now I find myself in the ocean, right? Which was scary, but also very made me come alive, in a sense that, look, this is a big ocean that I can swim in, and that actually challenged me to take my whatever level I was playing it in terms of training into a whole different level altogether.
Challenge you to grow more.
Oh, absolutely,
see more.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. So for MMI, we talk a lot about beliefs, money beliefs around rich people, around success and wealth. Looking back now, what do you think is your belief around money, success, and wealth?
Oh, it was there was a lot of unworthiness or guilt that I had around money.
Guilt,
and also with certain people, around a lot of anger around money, and recognizing that those were my roots. Right?
The anger,
the guilt, the unworthiness, and going through the process of working through those into now, I'm deserving and
not deserving.
To now I am deserving, right? And I deserve, I'm worthy to have a lot of money, and I do use that for good, and I do bring value to other people. And that kind of a shift, it's simple but not easy to do, right? People tend to understand the concept and go, okay, your inner world affects your outer world, but to do the work, inner world is hard, right? And you need to allow yourself to go through that process. But once you go through, it's like coming out, it's like, wow, why didn't I do it before? Why did I wait all these years and all this stuff behind me?
And then so realizing that anger and guilt was the root of the problem, like that has let you, teach you how to let go, right?
Yeah, acknowledge it, come to terms with it, and then go through the process of dealing with it, right? To come through on the other side, right? It makes all the difference, and that part, those 3 steps, has to work.
Which is the 3 steps?
So to first of all, recognize that it's there. The other one is to I see it's there and acknowledge that it's there, not try to fight it, run away from it, or push it away. Right? Acknowledge its presence, and then come to terms with it. Right? Which for me, another way of putting it is also befriend it.
Befriend it. Right? Befriend with your beliefs.
Yeah,
and
understand what's going on there, and it's like I think negative emotions are like a little child You know, a little child just, they'll come to you and they might throw tantrums. They'll do all this kind of stuff with you. But the moment you give it that attention, they'll be fine. And all they want is just to say, look at me, I'm here. Can you just see that I'm here? And that's the analogy I use. Negative emotions are around that. And they just tend to touch you and just stay and eat from you. But the moment you kind of recognize it and go like, okay, and I acknowledge that you're here. And then that begins the process of dealing with it. And then it will go away.
So I think I remember one Harv Eker uses like, thank you for sharing. So that is one of way to acknowledge the little voice,
yes, that is that.
complaining sound in your head.
Yeah, don't try to run away from it, right? Yeah, deal with it.
Deal with it. Would you say that one would be your biggest learning, like the emotion part, or the letting go part?
Well, I mean, it's related, right? You're letting go of an emotion.
Some people they know about it, but they don't want to let go.
They don't want to deal with it, or they don't want to let go because there's some kind of secondary benefit from holding on to it, right? So if I'm angry and I'm angry at somebody else because I'm right about whatever the story I have with the other person, so by not letting go of the anger, I'm telling myself in a warped way that I'm right. Right? So therefore, if I not get angry, therefore I'm not right anymore. It all sounds
that part.
Yeah.
I think that is very true because a lot of people they don't want to let go because of the secondary. But I think it's like you can't really what we say bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
You can't really use that. I think this is what they call the victim story. It's that you can use that story to limit yourself to go further.
Yeah. It's like I had a conversation the other day with he's one of my vendor/suppliers, and that conversation didn't go very well. It was on the phone, and we ended up basically shouting at each other. Okay, and then it was one of those abrupt ends to the conversation. It's like, okay, we're not gonna work together anymore. That's it. And I walked away, feeling very angry. Right, angry with the situation, angry with him, and justifying. Go like, good. I'm glad that's all over. He's made the decision easy for me. We're not going to work together again. Now I can go and find somebody else that I can work with. But even when I made that justification, for the rest of the day, my day was ruined. Right, I still feel lousy about it and crappy about it. And I was trying to figure out, okay, I can, at this point, typically, if I weren't so. If I hadn't put in the work on my personal development, I thought, okay, forget it, forget about it, time, move on. I'm going to get busy with something else. But I realized now that I was still there and I needed to deal with it. So I was doing some exercise and I was having a shower, and all of a sudden it's like, it dawned on me that actually now I was angry with myself. I was angry with myself for letting that conversation get out of hand. I was angry with myself because I knew in that conversation I was not the best version of me. Again, I could have done a lot better. And I was actually angry at me a great deal more at what was going on and that person. And immediately I knew what I needed to do. I came out, actually typed in a message in which I apologized for my contribution to how the relationship had degenerated. And then I went on and I wished him, and sincerely I said, I wish you well in whatever that it is you're doing. Yes, we are not going to continue with our working relationship, but it does not need to end this way. Right? And the moment I made that decision to apologize and to bring closure, and the moment I sent a message, it's like, wow. Everything just kind of went over. I thought, oh wow.
So that's really letting go.
That was letting go. Right, which is very different from let me go to sleep, or let me go have a drink, or maybe let me go to something, and maybe this thing will go away.
But it never goes away.
It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. So that was in a relationship with somebody else, a professional relationship. But in the same way, we have a relationship with money, and a relationship with money tends to involve somebody else as well.
True. Yeah.
Right? We got it from somebody else, or we withholding it from somebody else, or we give it to someone else, and we're upset about it. But there's a relationship with money, a relationship that involves another human being as well.
So I think that's why the day 3 MMI, there's a process called letting go of this. It's so important.
Oh, I love day 3 MMI where people really get real, people get deep, and they get some real work done for themselves. So yeah, morning of day 3 is where we think we get from the head of the psychology, the mind, into the heart, into the gut, into the body.
Would you say that is the part that is like really impact you during MMA?
Yes, and I think that probably explains why I do the kind of work that I do as well, right? So when I'm working with people in a one-on-one coaching environment, we don't just work on whatever the result that we want. I'm actually, let's say if we were working together, it's not so much about the result that you want, but I'm working with you on you. Right? And our emotions is one part of ourselves. Right? It's a big part of ourselves.
Because I heard a lot like, emotions when it's high, you wouldn't be intelligent. Your intelligence level will be low.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't really think
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
So I think that's really true on that.
Yeah.
So moving on that, you have signed up for QL, and then for a lot of people will be like, I'm not sure lah. That is a huge amount of money to invest in. Should I, or should I, just take a few? Like, what has made you to sign up for QL?
Well, I think when it comes, you mentioned about money, right? People kind of think, oh no, it's a lot of money. And here's the way I think about it is, what am I getting in return for the money I put in? Okay, so part of my own philosophy about money is I don't spend much on possessions, right? But I spend on experiences, right? So for example, if someone say, hey, let's go and buy a car. Right, so the five financial factors for financial freedom. The last one, simplify, made a huge difference for me. I'm from Singapore, and Singapore everyone wants to own their own cars, and we know how crazy prices of cars in Singapore it is. And I see a lot of people kind of saying things like, oh, but it's convenient, or oftentimes people buy a car because there's a status that's involved in it as well. Even to today, and it's not about affordability. I can afford. I can easily, but I don't drive. Right, I've got license, but I prefer not to. Right, and so if someone says, you got this sum of money, why don't you go buy a car? I'll be like, no, but I'll use that money for, to climb a mountain. Right, I'll use that money for travel, right, to get the experience that the money brings me, rather than to get the possession that the money brings me. And education is part of an experience. So Quantum Leap is part of an experience that I'm going to get. So, immediately I'm thinking, okay, that's not a possession, that's an experience. Yeah, I'm good to spend with that. The other one as well, experiences make me better as a person. So if this experience is going to contribute to my growth, that's an absolute yes. Right? I value learning and development a lot. And third of all, within the money context is, if these courses are meant to help us get more money, then one question I ask myself is, okay, how much does this cost? What would it take for me to make the money back? And oftentimes when you think about it, it's, whatever X amount is, it doesn't take long for you to make the money back. Right, well, you kind of look at this and go, oh my gosh, it's this sum of money. But what does it take for you to make the money back? It's very quick. Right, so the money side is almost like a no-brainer in that sense. And the only question is, how creative can it be if, let's say, you don't have the money at the time to go actually get the money to pay for the course, right? So for me, I actually caught my 3 credit cards and I said, okay, increase.
So you're like the person that, okay, that's it.
Yeah, if I want something, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that it happens, right?
Like you're that person.
Right? Let's go make that happen, rather than ding dong. I don't know how.
Okay, so going through the whole Quantum Leap process, right, how was that for you? What would you say the most valuable thing you learned from the Quantum Leap program?
Well, first of all, it was valuable, and that's why I'm coming back here as a trainer, right? I can't teach something if I don't believe in that thing itself. And a big deal of it, first of all, that personal growth, which is kind of immeasurable in that way.
Immeasurable.
Because how do you, you've grown as a person, but how can how compared to 3 years ago, we can describe it in terms of confidence or high energy, right? Which are difficult to quantify, right? So that's the unquantifiable part. The quantifiable part was the money. I became financially free as a result of that. I got from a work for somebody, and you got to work hard for your money, to build your own business or businesses, and be creative, work with other people to make the money, right? So it becomes a lot more fun, literally. Right, a lot more fun and more simple and more easy to create wealth and to build partnerships with people, or to create the kind of lifestyle that I want.
So basically, it empowers you to build the lifestyle that you want.
Absolutely, yeah. And I get to live my mission. I travel around the world.
What is your mission?
My mission is to move, educate, and inspire people to become better versions of ourselves and to prosper in a life of presence, purpose, and possibilities.
So talking from the point of view, because you're already a coach, you're in the training industry before you join, constantly at MMI. After attending that, and then now being a lead trainer because you believe in quantum leap. What would you say is the most rewarding thing being a lead trainer?
Oh, it's coming back to the same countries or the same cities, and then seeing people who have been through MMI or people who have been through Quantum Leap, and then they come and go, "Hi, do you remember me?" And you kind of go, "Yes, I do," or maybe not, right? And then they proceed to tell you, "Oh, then since the last time I saw you, this is what I've done, this is what I accomplished, what I achieved," and just hearing people's success stories, and you kind of go, "Wow, that is just worth doing." And of course, on Facebook, you get to follow them and see what they're getting up to, and seeing people create tangible results in their lives and having a breakthrough in terms of who they are to who they can become. That is just beauty.
So you have been doing this for how long as the assistant lead trainer?
So I became an assistant trainer in training in 2015, and then 2016 I became an assistant trainer. Yeah, so this is 16, 17, 18, third year of 18.
So will you say like seeing people grow, that is the that's the one thing that keep you driving to be coaching and training?
Yeah, I believe to be a teacher, and I use teacher to encompass trainers, speakers, coaches, counselors, and the like. To be a teacher, you can learn the skills of teaching, right? Accelerated learning, how to ask the right questions, how to hold space for people. There's also a part of it that needs to come from here, right? I mean, you've been through school for many years, you've had many teachers to teach you, and I'm sure you've had those teachers who were very good at what they're doing, but you also knew and you got a sense that this was more of a job than something they were passionate about, right? That they're good at what they do, but they didn't necessarily have that care for their students. Right? Have you had those before?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And so you can do a job out of that, right? Or you could have already an existing love and passion for people, and then you bring on the skills of teaching, and I think that's a beautiful package, right, to come together.
Wow. Okay. So, like moving on from there lah. So looking back your whole journey from where have you starting by just being curious and then being open. Looking back, what would you say is like the most like the thing that impact you the most until now? Like it continue to impact you as a person, this journey.
Wow, the thing that continues to impact me the most. I suppose I do get stretched every time I do this, and every time I go for an MMI, and I whether I'm teaching something or I'm watching another trainer teach something, and I've either seen it or done it several times. But there are those moments where, and which happens quite frequently, it's like something new comes up, right? I'm hearing the same piece being delivered, a lesson comes out of nowhere for me, or if I'm doing something and something new kind of pops up for me, and I just love that.
After so many years doing the same thing, still new thing pops up.
Yeah. It's a new perspective, or there's a newness about it. Something just comes up, right? And I just love that. It's like, oh wow, it's not stale. I do know that when I stop learning and when I stop getting excited about it, and maybe there'll be a time to go do something else.
So is the feeling of not getting any excitement anymore? You stop learning, then it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say success means to you?
Wow. What does success
means to you?
To me. I think I'll look at success in its kind of complete sense of the word. So, one thing I do is I climb mountains, right? And oftentimes, when you have an expedition to climb a mountain, the people would see the summit as success. right? When I get to the top, successful. Yes, but we've seen also people who reach the summit, but they don't make it down. Right? Something happens along the way, or when they come back down, in a worse off condition. For me, that's not successful. And success is getting up and returning again, right? The key measure of a successful soldier is not going off and killing the enemy, but it's coming home safe and sound to his family. Right? Same way with climbing up a mountain. It's not about getting to this top. It's about coming down so you can get back up to another one. Right? So, in a nutshell, success is not about getting there, but it's about getting out there.
Getting out there.
Getting onto that journey, being out there. The strive that comes with it, that journey that we're on, that path and all the experiences, that holistic experience. That's how I would see success. Getting there is, whatever you get, right? Cross the finishing line, reach the summit, make the money, get married, whatever, lose weight. Getting there, that's like the bonus, right? The icing on the cake. But it's the getting there that's just so wonderful.
So it is the journey.
It's a cliche, but so true, right? It's the journey, not the destination.
Wow. Okay. So, because from what I hear so far, is like to you learning, continuous learning, and being able to learn, and being open-minded. Sounds like that's the key to success for you.
Get better each day. Get better each day.
Get better each day.
Create special moments. Create spectacular memories.
So that to create a new moment, something new every day. That will be your motto of life.
Kind of look back and go through your photo album of experiences, right? And having lots of these moments to flip through and to experience or to re-experience the joys and the fears and the exhilaration and the exhaustion and everything else that comes along with it.
Wow, okay. So I think I will end the interview with one more question. To those who haven't attended MMI or constantly, what will you tell them? If they have some doubts, and say, should I go? What will you say to them?
Come. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? And the absolute worst can happen is that you've just wasted 3 days of your life. Versus you've got things that you want to have in your life and you're not getting those, you're wasting every single day of your life.
True.
So are you willing to exchange just 3 days for 30 years of your life? Right? And if really it's an absolute utter waste, you'll be out after the first day. You won't come back on the second day. Right? But having done this work over and over again, what I know is that if you come and you play it 100%, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. But I can say that because I've seen that of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. But for someone who's thinking about that, come, give yourself a chance.
Give yourself
a chance. Give yourself a chance. Come. Right? But come full on.
Come full on. Participate fully.
Absolutely, participate fully. Right? And if you participate fully and you get 0, Saturday is all yours. You can go do whatever you want. But you give yourself a chance.
So it's giving yourself a chance, giving yourself that opportunity, empower yourself. That is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, and you just ask yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen? And oftentimes the worst thing doesn't really happen. First of all, the worst thing doesn't really happen, and second of all, the worst thing isn't really that bad.
All right, I think that's a very good advice. Just be open-minded, continue learning, because if you here don't grow, the money don't grow also, and give yourself a chance. I think that's the best way to experience not just MMI, for anything, any workshop.
Anything, right? It could be any program, it could be MMI, it could be content, it could be skydiving, it could be asking a girl out, it could be I don't know, right? Trying a new food, anything. What's the worst can happen? Give yourself a chance, right? If you don't like it, at least now you know it doesn't work or you don't like it. Okay, then you move on to something else.
So live life fully and give you a chance to do it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, don't think so much.
Don't think so much, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that's the end of the sharing today. And those who are watching, thank you for watching this. And if you want to find out more what Thaddeus is doing, I'll link your Facebook profile into it, and you can check out. If you're a trainer out there, Thaddeus in this industry for a long time. It is so true that when you say that, to continue learning, and even though you do the same thing, and then to have some new insights, some new learning, that is, to me, is quite difficult. But you managed to achieve that.
Yeah, the best teachers are the best students.
Take note on that, all the trainers out there, and I'll see you in the next video.
There you go. Bye bye.
Bye bye.